Good morning, I'm Olivia. Welcome to my Silversneakers Flex chair yoga class. Let's get started. All right. And in that email, I will always send a link to this too. Okay, back against back of the chair. Settle in, give yourself permission to be here and chill. All right. Deep breath in, fill the lungs. Long, slow exhale. And then just come to your regular breathing rhythm. In through the nose, out through the nose. Notice that in this position you are probably filling the front of your body, the heart space. And just continue to do that. That's okay. That's what I want you to do. With every deep breath, you create space inside. What will you let back into that space? There'll be compassion and love, some calm. Breathe into those tired spots, those weary spots. A part of your body that needs a little TLC today. And then affirm you're ready to go. Eyes open. And let's scoot out to the edge of your seat. And let the hands move to the kneecaps and then just tuck your chin. I want you to breathe into the back ribs now. They've been up against the back of the chair. Let them expand. And those ribs are going to move up and back. One more. All right. And then rolling back up, let's align head over heart over pelvis. Release the shoulders away from the ears. I'm going to walk my feet a little bit so my heels are underneath my knees. And then the elbows come inward towards my waistline. I'm going to let them stretch down towards my legs, and that's going to pull the shoulders down the back. Pull a little tuck in the chin, get the back of the neck nice and long. Yeah, and then tipping the head like you're trying to listen to the ceiling. Turn towards the shoulder. And then come right back up. Let's go the other way, same thing. Tip, listening to the ceiling, let that ear lift. And then look towards the shoulder. And then right back up. All right, let's do that again. Now, anything else you need, you want to drop the chin down towards the chest, a little head roll just in the front, go ahead and do it. We all have different spots in our neck that need a little extra attention. And right back up. All right, stretch the arms out. You're going to keep the arms long the whole time we do this. I mean this exercise, not the whole time. Inhale, lifting the heart. And then exhale, roll the tailbone underneath you and push the rib cage back and up. Again, my arms are straight here. So we come back up, find the tip of the sit bones. Lift the heart, which is going to take the gaze up. Just don't let the head fall back. And then exhale, roll back onto the fleshy part of your seat. Scoop the belly. Now the rib cage lifts up and back. And again, seated cat and cow. And exhale. And all the way back up. Let's move up into the upper part of the body here. Inhale, elbows back. Exhale, knuckles forward, tuck the chin. So now you're going to stretch between the shoulder blades. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more times. One more time. And exhale. This time, flip the palms forward and lifting them up. Now drop your shoulders. They're going to easily want to come up there. Yeah, and then circle the hands down. Oh, let's keep them out to the side. And then I'm going to hinge at the hip. Now, if this is too much, feel free to take the hands into the shoulders or hands on the hips. That's fine. So nothing from the navel down is moving. This is all just in the rib cage. And as you go over to the left, notice that right sit bone is still pressing into the chair, right? And then as you go this way, the left sit bone is pressing down. One more time. So leave that right arm up, both arms up, and forward fold. Tuck the chin, look towards the ground, maybe under the seat, and then inhale, halfway rise. Eyes up, heart moves forward. I want you to put the tailbone back on the chair. Again, I start to roll forward, then I have to tip the pelvis, so put it on the chair. Eyes up, heart forward, reach into chair pose, and all the way up. Let's turn to the right, let the arms float down, and then look down towards the chair leg, and then trace a line, look all the way up towards the ceiling. And then come back to the center, back to the front, deep breath. Let's do it again, deep breath. Look under the chair, inhale, halfway rise. Again, put that sit bone, the sit bones and tailbone back on the chair. Reach forward. You'll feel that low back open up when you do that. And turn to the left, let the arms float down. All right, look down towards the leg of the chair, and then trace a straight line looking right up to the ceiling, all the way up with your nose. All right, up comes that right leg as you come back, and then out. Press, hold that wall up, and drop the toe down. And again. All right, let's leave it out there. I'm going to keep my knee bent just a little bit and circle the ankle, and then come up nice and tall again, and we're going to pulse it up. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release back down. Slide it in, other side, same thing. Oh, out. Ah. And then get that leg as straight as you can. Ah, and back in. And again. A couple more. Out here, I'm going to keep my leg bent just a little bit, sitting up nice and tall. You can use the hands, circle the toe, the ankle, and then pulse 4, 3, 2, and release back down. Deep breath in, forward fold. Halfway rise. Put the sit bones, tailbone back on the chair, and reach into chair all the way up. Now, while you're reaching up, I want you to tuck the tailbone underneath you, roll back just a little bit, and all the way up. All right, hinge at the hip, press the knuckles up behind you, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and then out to the side. 4, 3, 2, 1. I am hinged at the hip. I'm going to drop my left elbow to my left knee. Swing that right arm up and lower down. If this is not accessible to you, then just go ahead and move the shoulder back. All right, it's up to you entirely. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. And exhale. And then let's replace the other side. So we're going to put the right elbow on the right knee. And the left arm swings up like you're brushing the floor with your fingers. And up. And down. 2 more. And down. All the way up. All right. So both hands on the quadricep muscles. I'm still in this hinge position. Elbows back. Bring the heart forward and then push, get yourself right back up nice and tall. Scoop the belly round, tuck the chin. Sit up nice and tall. And I want you to hinge forward. Put your weight on your hands there. So we're going to use those triceps to push ourselves back up and round back. And again, the elbows are going to tuck in next to the body. Hinge nice straight back. And up. And round back. Walk your feet out, and we go around. Oh. Oh, and then take another one, and then let's switch directions. Other way. And take this as deep as you like, or just up top. It's up to you, whatever feels good to you. And again. All right. And all the way up. Feet come back in. Deep breath in. Up comes that right knee, and this time we're going to take it out to the side and pop it back in. Now, if you don't need to use your hand, don't. But what I want you to think of is head over heart over pelvis here. So nothing's moving. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Come join us. Seat right there for you. How about that? Out and in. And just head over heart over pelvis. Nothing moving, yeah? All right, so now we're going to brush the ground with your foot. If you have speakers on, just try to get the ball of the foot there. And one more time. All right, out to the front. Flex that foot, draw the toe to the ceiling, hands on the chair. Just lift the gaze. Lift the heart is really what I want you to do. The gaze will come up when you lift the heart. And point the elbows to the back wall. Yeah. All right, we take the other side. Up comes the leg and out. Now, if you need to use your hand, that's fine. But if you don't, don't. The key to this is to not lean away from it, right? Stay head over heart over pelvis. And I would say make this range of motion smaller, as long as you can keep this going on, all right? And I use my toes to push off, and I hold my right leg as firmly as I can. A little bit of Pilates work. I fired on the core muscles here to do this. And one more time. All right, and then from here, I'm going to brush that leg out. And again. All right, one more time. Deep breath. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, halfway rise. Bring the hands to the shin, heart comes forward. We're going to take the arms back behind. Now, bring your feet underneath you. We're going to circle sweep the arms and rise up. If you need hands on the thighs, do that. If you need to use the chair, do that, all right? Deep breath in, belly in. Here we go. Circle sweep and we rise up. Reach to the ceiling, let the shoulders drop. Connect the ribs and the hips. And then lower the arms back down nice and slow. All right, a little shake out. The world is your bagel. I had to see what that said. All right, now, if you are more comfortable working in the chair for class, please feel free to do that. Otherwise, let's move to the back of the chair. Okay, feel free to sit down anytime you need to. All right? All right, so coming into downward facing dog first, we need to get this one down. Hands on the chair. What I want you to do is walk the feet back. They're going to be underneath the hips here. And then lowering the heart towards the earth. Melt the heart towards the earth. Scooping, draw the navel in towards your spine to support your back. Point the tailbone to the back wall. Take a deep breath into the back ribs. Downward facing dog. We'll use it often. Breathe. And then take the gaze over the chair and walk into the chair. And keeping your feet in mountain pose, which means the heels are underneath the sit bones here. So they're not wide, they're not together, they're just comfortably apart, heels under the sit bones. And then as you turn the tailbone toward the earth, those knees are going to soften just a wee bit. Let's turn the palms to the front without this hyperextension, right? So keep the tailbone underneath you. The elbows come in towards the waistline. Get the neck as long as you can. I do that by taking a little tuck in the chin here. Beautiful. And for a little bit of balance, I'm just going to lift my right heel. Now, hands find their way to the chair if you need it, all right? And we're going to shoot this leg back. Toe ball heel goes down, and that toe turns out just a little bit, and we rise up into warrior one. Reaching to the ceiling. Shoulders are going to want to come up. I want you to drop the shoulders, connect the ribs to the hips. This is too much. This is okay. This is all right. All right. Find your perfect warrior two, warrior one. Lovely. Hinge forward at the hips. Don't sink into the knee. It's right over the ankle. Just hinge forward and rise right back up. So what I want you to practice is keeping everything solid from the navel down. Just a little hinge in the hip coming up. And again, all the way up. All right. right hand to the chair. Turn that hand like the left hand, you're gonna wave to somebody out there. Yeah, so we've got this crossed right here now. Nice. And just for a little bind, take that left hand, slide it into your right pocket. And then roll that left shoulder around just a wee bit more. Get a little deeper twist. Breathing deep. All right, look back to the chair, hands on the chair, step that back foot in, reach to the ceiling. We call this upward salute. Drop the shoulders, gazing up a bit, and then come back to that mountain pose. Let's keep the hands here in namaste position, thumb at your heart, and then lift that left heel. Again, soften in that right leg, and we shoot it back, toe ball heel, using the chair. We rise up, front knee over the ankle, back leg straight. Check, always check on that, all right? Just nice and comfortable. Drop the shoulders. Breathing deep. Let's just take a swing down, hinge at the hip, and come on back up. Now I'm going to drop my left hand to the chair, turn my right palm like I'm a wave to somebody over there. So I am hinged into the chair here, towards the chair. Yeah, reaching up. And with that right hand, maybe slide it into your back right pocket. Left pocket. Turn the palm to the back wall, and then roll that right shoulder back. Get a little deeper twist. Maybe look towards the right shoulder. And breathe deep. All right, look back to the chair, both hands on the chair, and we're going to step back to downward facing dog. Turn that tailbone to the back wall, hollow your belly, maybe tip the pelvis forward just a little bit to get that tailbone to go right to the back wall. Bend the knees a little deeper, a little deeper shoulder stretch, or rise up a little bit, whatever is comfortable for you and feels good in your body. Deep breath in, draw the hands back towards the thigh muscles. Bend the knees, take the gaze forward. Yeah, lovely. A little bit of chair pose here. Now you should be able to see your toes. One hand at your heart, and the other one. Turn the tailbone towards the ground as I reach the arms, maybe up. You can keep them with the heart, and right to the ceiling. Deep breath in, forward fold. We're going to take this halfway rise. Slide the hands up to maybe the crease of the quadricep, of the hip right there. Squeeze the shoulder blades, looking towards the back of the chair. You don't need to look up at me. Look towards the back of the chair. Tuck the elbows in, and then we'll circle sweep, pass through that chair pose, all the way up. Deep breath. And release down. Step that right foot in and turn to the left wall. All right, everybody get this? We're all going this way. Perfect. And I'm going to take my left arm up and circle sweep down. These are sunflowers. Now this chair is here if you need it. If you don't need it, use both hands. Scooping down, coming right back up. Don't let the head fall below the hips, not that you would do that. And once again, this is the illusion of squatting, right? Bend your knees, use the chair. It'll help you get back up. Sink down, rise back up. One more time. All right. We hold the star pose. So drop your shoulders, arms are wide, feet are wide. You're taking up as much space, side to side, top to bottom, and the least amount of space front to back, right? So your navel is pulled into your spine. Drop the right hand to the chair. Bend the left knee. Bring that left hand over your head and arc forward towards me, getting a nice side stretch. Straighten right back out. Left hand to the chair. Lift that back heel up. So it's like you're pushing the grocery cart. Caught you in the middle of that, right? And let's try a little balance. One arm, and if you're feeling balancy today, try the other arm. Back heel is up. Breathing deep. Lovely. All right, hands on the chair. Back to downward facing dog. Deep breath. You can open your mouth and sigh. Take the gaze over the chair. Step in on the left foot. Turn the right toe out so your toes are facing the diagonal of your imaginary box, right? Both arms up, coming into our star pose. Taking up as much space, top to bottom, and as least amount of space front to back. All right, so from here we're going to come into moonflowers. I'm going to bend my knees and lower the elbows down just a little bit, and then push right back up. bending down. In fact, let's make some fists as you come down, and then push the ceiling back up with the heel of your hand. So bring the fingers in, and then extend the fingers and push back up. Again, a little bend in the knees, using the chair with one hand if you need to. One more time. And push back up. Strong arms. Drop that left hand to the chair. Bend your right knee a little bit and arc that right arm over towards the front of the room, towards me, over your chair. Straighten back out. Both hands on the chair. Lift that back heel. Rise up into our warrior high lunge. Drop your shoulders. Connect the ribs and the hips, and that just firms everything up here. Little squeeze in the inner thigh together, which firms the legs as well. So, man, you are strong here. No windstorm's going to knock you over, right? Downward facing dog, step on back. Another deep breath. Slide that tailbone to the back wall. Maybe turn your tailbone towards one corner of your little box, and then turn it towards the other corners. Notice those new sensations. And then bend the knees, bring the hands back to the thigh muscles. We're going to reverse swan dive back up. So you're going to lead with the back of the hands coming all the way up. Forward fold, big wide wingspan. We halfway rise. All right, from here what I want you to do is extend the fingers to the back wall. Palms to the ground, knuckles to the ceiling. Now think about that. And then we're going to circle sweep, come into chair pose. Reach forward. Back to airplane pose. Straightening the legs, not all the way. And then bend the knees. Be sure they don't come over the toes. And back. And from here, simply rise back up. Ooh, use those hamstrings, get you back up. Beautiful. Shake out. Grab a drink of water. All right. So, feet out wide. See if you can get them at least as wide as the chair. Maybe a little bit wider if that's comfortable for you. And I'm just going to circle my hips around. So a little bit of movement in the hips. Are y'all getting that on there? And then switch and go the other way. And again, if this is not accessible to you, then by all means, you don't need to do it. All right, rise up on the toes. I'm going to hold on to my chair and do that nice and tall. Look, Ma, no hands momentarily. And then roll down. Lift that right heel and turn that right toe to the right wall and sink into the knee. Okay, and back up. Now I'm going to sink in. I'm going to let my knee come towards my toe. This is deeper than what we would normally do, right? So I'm going to let it take it a little bit deeper and come back, leaving that heel on the ground. We can do that momentarily, but if you need the chair to help you get back up, do that. It's like a one-legged squat here, right? Down and back up. All right, so now we're going to come and line this knee up right over the ankle, right? Left toe faces the front, left leg is straight. Opening the arms wide, and they're going to come parallel to the earth if that works for you. You need a chair for any hand, go ahead and use it. Palms to the ceiling. Take the gaze up as the arms come up. And then as they come down and touch in front, I want you to touch your chin towards your chest. If you need the chair, go ahead and touch the chair instead. Taking the gaze up and taking the gaze down. So a nice stretch in the neck as you do this. And down. All right, one more. Keep both arms up here. And I'm going to lean into this just a wee bit. Yeah? So very nice. Come right back up. Drop the right hand. Look to the right. Drop the left hand. Look to the left. And look back, head over heart over pelvis. Beautiful. We're going to slide a little bit. Rest the wrist. And let this arm reach. So we're in that same incline where we were. We had both hands up, right? The same thing. So maybe we try that again. See if we can get that arm up. You've got a beach ball you're holding up here. You want to fire on those core muscles. It's a lot of work. Use the chair if you need to, please. And open right back up. Side angle. Circle around. And back up. Bring this foot back in. Walk it in. And that's too much. So walk it back out. And we take that again. Rise up on the toes. Use the chair. Maybe no hands for a moment. And lower back down. Lift that left toe and turn it out. And then sink into that knee. Sink a little bit more beyond and come back. So just explore that idea. And back and see how we do. Loading up this front leg. And again. All right, so now we are going to line that knee up right over the ankle. Yep. And then arms out. Deep breath in, taking the gaze upward just a little bit. Press the heel of the hand, the fingers together, and then we're going to come down this way. Without rounding the body, I want you to keep the upper body strong and just touch the heel of the hand and the fingertips. And then again, lifting up, give them a little squeeze, touch them down. You can bend the elbows, give them a little squeeze. And again, and down. All right, and then from here, oh, we didn't do this before, did we? We're going to take this hinge here just a little bit. Breathing deep. Lovely. Come right back up. Drop the right hand. Look, I'm sorry, left hand. Look to the left. Oh, it doesn't matter. And then the other one. It don't matter. We're going to get them both in there. And then back, head over, heart over pelvis. So notice that. Watch this hip hasn't popped out here, right? Yeah. So lifting up on this hip, they're going to come on high beams right straight ahead and not here. Hinge. Yep. Lovely. Let's take this arm, let it float over just a wee bit, and then maybe this arm is going to come up, belly in. Ooh, you feel those core muscles really have to fire on when you do that, don't you? Wow, awesome, gang. Awesome. And let's come back to warrior two. Oh, let's come back to this again, sorry. Right there. And breathe. Drop that arm around, walk this foot back in. Let's bring them both in together. I need a little shake in my legs. And we'll go back to downward facing dog. Step on back. Maybe feet about chair width apart, maybe a little bit wider this time. Because what I want you to do is push your hips over to one wall of your imaginary box. And then push them over to the other side. And then back to the center. Tuck the tailbone underneath you. I call this London bridges, like somebody could walk underneath you. Walk your feet back together and then roll up into the chair right there. All right, lovely. Let's get a drink of water. Come on back. All right. So around the right side of the chair. Swing the foot out in front. Now you can kick it down low, that's fine. And then what I want you to do is curl the heel to the seat, point the toe, and sink into the knee. Let the top of the foot come to the ground. So you get a nice stretch across the top of the foot. Bring it right back in, stretch it forward. It doesn't have to be high. Curl the heel into your seat, point the toe, and just ease into that. I'm not trying to push it down. I'm just sinking my knee, and that'll give me a little bit of a stretch in the front. And then forward. Curl it in, down. I can't do this under the chair. We can't get everybody to do that, so we're just trying it up this way. And back. One more time. And back. All right. Now, flop that foot over. So you've got, you're in pyramid pose here, off the tightrope. Yeah? And we're going to hinge forward. Reach to me and come right back in. Up nice and tall. Both feet are down, firmly placed on the ground, and come right back. And stretch that arm out. Now, if you feel like you've got balance, use both hands here. I have a little micro bend in my front knee, and that's really important to getting you back up without hyperextending the knee. Use the chair any way you need to here. And again, one more time. All the way back up. Both arms out in front. Let's swing that arm back, and if you need that chair, get it handy right there. Turning the gaze towards that left wall. Draw that tailbone underneath you, and maybe you find balance. You can release that right hand to me. This is balance. This is a twist. This is a challenge. One more breath. Okay, bring the hands back to the heart. And shoot them up to the ceiling. Squeeze the heels to heel the hand together. And let's just try a little balance. Now this is good right here. Stay right here if you need to. Drop any hand to the chair if you'd like. I'm going to lift my back heel first. And then maybe that front heel will rise up just a wee bit. Release down, step that back foot in. Slide down the legs. Bend the knees. And then round the spine and roll right back up. Nice and tall. Shoulders up, around, and down. And to the other side. You want to do a little fancy footwork there? Do so. Okay, other side, same thing. That leg swings to the front. Gonna curl the heel into the seat. Point the toe down. And just bend into that knee. And again, it's almost like a little curtsy, huh? Sink down. So getting a really nice stretch in the front of the foot. Maybe stretch that foot back even further. I would say it's easier to do it in your bare feet, so do it when you're home in your bare feet. You give that front of that foot a nice stretch. And one more time, and back. All right, from here, flip it over, put the foot on the ground, and get yourself off of the tightrope and onto the railroad tracks with your feet. All right, and first let's take this hinge forward, right here at the hip, a little micro bend on that knee. Reach forward, come right back up. You're gonna use this front foot, push through it to get you back up. Use that chair. Keep the eyes coming forward, so let's not look down towards the legs. Keeping the gaze coming forward. You're looking about 6 feet in front of you here. You're going to feel that hamstring work in the back of the leg. And should you have balance and feel strong enough here, take both hands. You want to keep both feet on the ground. Yeah. And one more time. And back. Let's take the hands to the heart. Heel the hand together, and we reach that left hand forward, the right hand twist to the back. Now use the hair on any chair if you want to, just fine. And then wherever you are, stretch the fingers far from the heart. Doesn't matter where they are. Just give them a good stretch. All right, both arms back up. Push forward. This time we're going to forward fold. And halfway rise. Circle sweep. Come all the way up. Reach to the ceiling. Drop the shoulders. Connect the ribs to the hips. And then just let the arms float down. Yeah. All right. Check out. Have a drink of water. We're going to balance one more time. All right. My version of falling star. Let's come a little to the right of the chair. So the left foot is behind the chair and the right foot is out to the side. And then we're going to transfer the weight onto the left foot. All right? Flex that right foot and let the toe leave the earth. Lifting up on that right hand. Looking down to the earth. So if you're a star, you're going to fall there, but nobody's falling, all right? Both hands on the chair if you need it. I'm cool with that. We're taking the gaze down. Now fire on the legs, the core muscles, and maybe you might find balance. So just let the fingers kind of let go and tap and wherever you are. All right, both hands are on the chair. Let's swing that leg to the back. Turn the toe to the ground. Soften that knee you're standing on. Bring the heart forward. Opposite arm in front. No. It doesn't matter because we're going to get both of them out anyhow. Sometimes I think the opposite is easier, but for some reason it just didn't happen to me today. Breathing deep. A little airplane. And then slide that foot back in. Breathe. Okay, so now we're going to put the right foot behind the chair. I'm going to turn my toe out just a little bit and the left foot out to the side. Flex that foot and let it leave the earth. Already you're balancing here. Left arm up. And look over that right shoulder. I'm just going to ask you to hold firmly right here. Belly in, pelvic floor lifted. Everything coming from mountain pose, so nice broad collarbones. Should you find balance, go for it, or keep the chair. Both hands on the chair, swing that toe, turn the toe to the ground. Now, Olivia, opposite arm out. Belly in. And then maybe you find balance, maybe you need that chair. Think about letting that front body lift, ground through the back body, so that navel draw, the front body's going to pull to the back body there. And this time, let's step back to downward facing dog. Turn that tailbone to the back wall. Nice deep breath in. One more breath. All right, tuck the tailbone and roll the spine again and walk into the chair. And the last thing to come up is going to be your head. Nice and tall. Beautiful. All right, let's grab a drink of water. We'll sit back in the chair. Nice work. Okay, so let's take the legs out. Feet are right underneath the knees, so watch this doesn't happen. All right, underneath the knees. And I'm going to rest my right elbow right there on the knee, and that shoulder's going to want to come forward. So I'm going to roll that shoulder back. All right, and turning the gaze that way. Now, you can keep the arm down, or you could let that arm extend to the ceiling, anywhere that's accessible for you here. This is just like our triangle, our warrior two that we just did, but now we don't have to worry so much about the legs, right? You can really enjoy just the great stretch. And then maybe let that hand float all the way over your head and touch the top of your right ear, lifting the elbow. And then come right back to the center, head over heart over pelvis, arms out, stretch. Get on the sit bones. I had hyperextended my back, so get on the sit bones right here. Press the thumbs back. My arm's going to come behind my shoulders just a little bit here. And then we go the other way. Same thing. Rest the elbow. Reach to the ceiling. Again, if this is not accessible for your shoulder, drop the hand down. Turn the gaze maybe. Maybe that isn't accessible for your neck. That's okay too. And then I'm going to let this hand drop to the top of my left ear. And then lifting the elbow. Ooh, there comes that great stretch right in through the armpit there. Breathe. All right, fire on the core muscles. We're going to lift right back up. Pressing the knuckles back. Let's walk the feet in. Press them back. Cross them in front. Now squeeze the legs in as you pull out on the legs and breathe into the back ribs. Lifting up on that right leg. I'm going to go ahead and take it all the way over. Now again, if you've been told not to cross the midline, if this isn't accessible, go ahead and leave that foot on the ground. Just sit nice and tall. Beautiful. I'm going to take my right hand towards the small of my back and the left hand to the back of my head, right there. Now, if you want to creep your hands together, go ahead and do so. But be sure this isn't happening, all right? It's really just about keeping the spine tall, pressing the elbows back. Keep this foot flexed, that always protects the knee. And then we're going to add this twist right here. So bring that elbow forward and then release the arms down. Look into the right wall. Nice. Nice. Come on back to the front. And let's get this figure four stretch. Foot is going to stay flexed. The toes are going to draw back towards the knee. You can always support this if that feels better, or open it. It's just fine. You can also put it on the ground. Roll the low back up. So roll towards the tip of the sit bones and get that spine head over, heart over pelvis. Nothing like it. We need to be walking through the earth like this, right? And this right foot is right underneath your knee there. It tends to want to buckle in and go here. So get it right underneath the foot right there, your knee. You need a little different stretch, a little more stretch. Feel free to hinge forward at the hip. All right, so let's extend that leg out and just lift the heart. Ah. We'll come to the other foot then. on the ground. This one crosses over. Again, foot stays flexed, nice and tall. Now, left hand at the small of your back and right hand at the back of your head. You can take them closer, just leave them like this is fine, just as long as you're sitting nice and tall. And then we're going to add this rotation towards that left wall, and then release the hands, stay in this nice twist. Oh my goodness. Twists are so good for digestion too. Slowly back to the front. Let's get this preform stretch, lifting this leg up here. Foot stays flexed. Again, you can support it or open it up. I'm going to support mine today. And that right foot is going to stay right underneath the knee. Yeah, the knee. Press that low back forward. Say you're sitting extremely tall. You do that and you'll feel a great stretch just like that. You want a little bit more? Hinge forward at the hip. See if you can breathe and let the muscles in your hip just relax so those muscles will release. All right, that leg goes out in front. Hands on the chair, just lift the heart. Ooh, squeeze the shoulder blades. All right, one more stretch here. Take the feet about a little wider than hip distance. And I put one of those great big fit balls right here in front. You're going to scoop the belly and round over it and hang over. So my hands are going to come to the front of my knees, maybe my shins. I'm going to tuck my chin right here. Breathe into the back ribs. Let them lift to the ceiling. And then exhale, scoop the belly and roll back up. You can take the hands on the thighs if that will help you get back up nice and tall. One vertebrae. Walk your feet in. Walk your hips back. And one more, just point and flex and circle the ankles, the wrists, the fingers. Let's give the forearms and the upper arms and the shoulders a little rub, a little massage. Yeah. And then see if we can get some heat between the hands. I love you still have your feet up. Yeah. Okay. Both hands at your heart. Go ahead and drop your feet. Oh, feel that heat, that warmth. Sit on back. Let your eyes just drift closed. Keep your hands there or fold them in your lap, whatever feels good to you. Closing your eyes though, come back inside. You all were indeed ready for class. You did a super job. Have you let those biting teeth unclench? You don't need to use them now. Just let that jaw relax. And then slowly just unfurl your hands. Give them a little bit of a wiggle. And then bring the hands together at your heart, dropping your chin to your chest and to yourself. My goodness, today I am just so grateful for because gratitude turns everything we have into enough. Namaste. Namaste.
Thank you.
Lovely, lovely work today. Yes. All right, so I'll tell you more about class. Remember, you're going to have to check your email. Let me check mine and see if I got a note from her. But you'll have to check your email just to be sure if we have class next week or not. It all depends on if they've said. Nope, nothing yet. Nothing yet. All right. Yes.
And wherever we are on Monday, I will have a compost.
Cool.
And one will be here.
All right. All right. So she will have her compost out there. If you have a bin, you can certainly, bring it and dump it and take your bin. But she'll also take it in just a paper bag too. If you've got scraps from your dinner table, no meat, but scraps from vegetable scraps and stuff. And Jean is nice enough to collect it all on Mondays and haul it up to the engineering site and dump it. Great. Good woman. Yes, she gets an A.